Here we go. Oh, you're in there twice. Why are you in there twice? Oh, you're in there twice. Why are you in there twice? But they can probably hear me.
Yes.
They can probably hear me.
All right. As usual. All right, guys. I'm the co-founder and the game director now.
There you go, Carter. And I'm just here in spirit. It's crazy. But like literally, we checked that this works beforehand. This is the worst.
Can you at least hear us? Can you at least hear us both?
Okay, I'm gonna make one small change. Okay, now you can see just the top of my head, but can you hear Carter? No, you can't. I don't know. This is a silly. This is a silly. All right, we're gonna add Carter back to there. Classic. Classic. Classic.
Apparently, my audio is glitchy.
Like robot? Not again.
Yes.
But you're fully full screened, or do I have to keep Streamlabs full screened? It's an interesting question.
I think you might need to keep Streamlabs open. I think you want Streamlabs on one monitor and the Discord share on the other.
Can you hear? Okay. All right. Well, that's all we can do then. I'm just gonna be looking at Streamlabs. I can't see chat really. I can see chat
Well, you
in
can
Streamlabs.
see in Streamlabs.
Yes. And somehow, let me just figure this sucker out. Okay, I see. I understand. You just give me a hot minute. We're gonna get this patched up real quick, but you're gonna get glitchy for a second. All right. Let's see. Can we do it? Are we capable of streaming? I believe in us. I believe in us. Believe in us. Let's do this. Oh, look at that. Glorious. Glorious. Oh yeah. Now we're co-founding. Can they still hear you though? I don't know that they can hear you. You just give me a minute. Look at this. Exciting. Okay. There we are, stream. So hopefully you can still hear me, but you can probably not hear Carter. Okay, so no problemo. No problemo at all. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Okay, we're gonna go. Oh, no. You just hold on to them horses. I know you got them horses, and they are rearing to go, but you just hold on to them. You just give that a hold. You just hold on them. Them horses be holding. You guys can hear me, right? Give me an amen in the chat if you can hear Tyler Bitcraft. Okay, and can you hear Carter Minchell? No, we definitely cannot. Okay, good times, fun times, great times. It wouldn't be a Bitcraft stream if we didn't have problems. I think that's clear. Because somehow you're coming through scene 1, but you're clearly in scene 2. But that's going to be the video capture. So what I need to do is to do this. And we need to figure it out. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. We're gonna get. I believe in me so much. The thing is, Carter can't help. I'm sure he wants to. He's probably. I think he can hear me too, so you can see him smile because he's like, I wish I could help him, but I can't. So basically, Carter, and I know you can't say anything, but the situation is somehow your video is coming through scene two, but your audio is coming through scene one. So that's why it was working ish before, but that's why you also then showed twice in scene one. And I don't know how to set the audio to be scene two. I'm gonna read you. Okay, you type those words into Discord. How about that? I cannot hear you, by the way, and seeing you asking that question. What? Well, the audio. See, yeah, it is that time. Except I don't know where do I set the audio source. Oh, I can hear you now. Oh, you're coming through. Oh,
Testing,
I
testing.
think
Can
you
you
had
hear
to
me?
set your audio to scene two. We're good.
I think.
I think we're good. Oh no, we're not good anymore. You were good. Now you're not good. You lost it. You had it and then you lost it. No dice. I didn't touch nothing. Let me tell you. You're lost, by the way. My audio is coming through Ninja. Properties of my audio source. Yeah, I mean, that seems right. Oh, it is amateur hour here on stream. My audio is coming through, but your audio. I don't seem to be able to route it. You seem to have changed something that made it work briefly, and then it stopped working. FOYI, because I didn't change anything. Or did you like unmute in Discord or something? You haven't done anything. No. I can hear you again. What did you do?
No.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear me.
What did you didn't touch anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, they can hear you. I think.
I opened my local copy of Streamlabs to see if I could help talk you through what was wrong. But it wasn't the first time I wasn't coming through, it wasn't open. So I don't know. Something changed since then.
Okay.
So, okay. So just you can hear me, they can hear me.
We can all hear me. Yeah, we're good. So you
Right.
could keep Streamlabs open, I guess, or can you?
No,
You gotta
keep
play
it
the game.
closed. Keep it closed.
Keep it closed. I see.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. All right,
Okay.
chat. Let's do this.
There's also potentially way too many people here for this dungeon. So I potentially might try and go to another place. I like this person running around cheering. Now that we have this figured out on the technical side, I guess you want to get things started. We're going to open up the dungeon soon, but I think we wanted to give a chance to just chat and answer a few questions. But I know everyone's also waiting.
Everyone's jazzed.
I'm also going to take off my hoodie, but I can still hear you. It's just kind of hot. But do you want to say some opening thoughts?
Sure. About dungeons specifically, or just in general about questions?
Either.
Okay, well, I guess I'll say first, thank you all for playing Bitcraft. It's been a really wild ride over the last like 2.5 months to see the game really fill out and get some amazing towns and even just little places that people are building. It's a very different game than when it started, just because of what people have built, and it's been actually incredible to see. And there's a lot more I think that's going to come. And I will say also, the heck was that? That was in the
It's a
game.
boar.
Okay.
That's funny. Here, I'm gonna lower my.
Um, that was loud on my screen. So it's been super cool to see. Been really cool to see the communities that have been created as well. I think a lot more to come. This is going to be a fun update. It's got a lot more fun updates in the future.
Yeah, take a
See
look
how
at
it
this
goes.
road, Tyler,
Yeah,
on the stream if you can see this. All these lampposts.
let's do. Can we
This
go for a little
this
walk?
gives you a light buff, so you can run along here without getting attacked.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Like it kind of has come together to be the thing that we dreamed it could be. I would love to see it become a lot more popular, and obviously we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. I also know, there's been a lot of bugs that you guys have been dealing with. We're doing our level best. I think there's a lot of low hanging fruit that we can do to address some of the things that have been frustrating for players. We've obviously put a lot of time into the combat update here, so that'll be exciting. But we should get some more opportunity.
Yes.
Jarud Salamu Alaikum. All right. I have not seen a lot of questions in chat, to be honest.
I think everyone's just they don't
Everyone's
want to
like,
ask any
they just want
questions
to go
because
to the
they want the
dungeons.
dungeons to be opened.
So fair enough. What do you think, Carter?
I think we can open it up.
I asked twice now. Laud 3F. When are we going to get sounds from monsters that are attacking us for an audio cue? As soon as we can. I mean, that's one of the small
Yes.
things. It's like just an obvious
I think
oversight.
we already added some more audio in relating to combat, but there's definitely more stuff that's coming. Also, I was just told from one of the engineers that there is a new build that just went out. If people want to download that before playing, it will have some improved camera and VFX stuff.
Also, D. Flavio, will we have a new map for the full release? And the answer is almost certainly. I think part of
Yes,
the fun is
definitely
just
yes.
exploring the map.
Yeah.
Steam is down because of Silk Song. Oh no.
I see. That's why people are having. There was login issues that some people were reporting, but it's not on our side. It's on Steam's side, I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna make. They are gonna make a lot.
Oh, do not
money.
relog. They're saying. Okay, I'll hold off. All right, that is okay. I'm gonna tell to make an announcement in game.
Is combat where the wants it to be, where we want it to be long term, or are there more features planned? There's always more features planned.
No.
It's never quite where we want it to be, but it's more.
I would say it's finally at something that we can call version 1. I think what we had before was not even qualified to be called version 1. Mainly now, the actually targeting and attacking stuff and using abilities is actually responsive, at least at a serviceable level. And we have a little bit more foundations for actually creating interesting abilities and mechanics for combat. And so we finally basically have the foundation to start making interesting PvE content. This is the first thing that's kind of showing I would even say this is kind of the floor of what we're hoping to do for combat stuff going forward. And we already have a second dungeon in the works that's going to be accessible earlier in the game. We want to have a chance for tier 1 players and tier 2 players to be able to jump into some interesting combat content, Slayer stuff much earlier. Will we get some kind of active healing class? That's definitely something we've been looking at on the design side.
Before you get into that, just I want to make a quick note. For people who bought shards in early access, do they get something in return when official release comes? You get all the shards back that you spent in early access. So, You don't lose any, so you keep all the shards.
Yes. Any shards you have already received or purchased, you can use them in you can use them during the beta and during the early access, and you will
Be
get to
able to
spend them
reuse them.
again. Exactly. Telleril asks, "What's next after dungeons?" Um, we have a bunch of stuff that we're cooking on, but I would say broadly speaking, the focus for the next few monthly updates is all centered around um, the like minute to minute gameplay loops and making the core gameplay more fun. Basically, there is a bunch of other like bug fixes and content improvements and other stuff like that that are all obviously continuing to be worked on. Um, but there are the main like focus for big new features is going to be around trying to add more in the same way that we're expanding Slayer here with the dungeons. We're planning to basically add new gameplay loops to all the professions, to all the other skills, to make it so that like the game is not just AFKing while you chop a tree, AFKing while you craft a giant project. That's like the absolute skeleton foundation of the game. And what we want to do is add more interesting game loops that are provide you kind of the choice of like, oh, do I want to sit here and like passively kind of craft some stuff while I'm playing right now, or do I want to go do a more active game loop that's going to have different rewards for doing so?
And a relevant question also from Silly Slick is the game screens for a mobile client. Any plans? And what I can say about that is the game was always inspired by like old school RuneScape. That was one of the, I say, I suppose, three main inspirations, and that is works really really well on mobile. So I mean, we would definitely be open to it. I think it will require some engineering work to do that. That's relatively substantial. But like even it would be really cool to have a Switch client. Not gonna lie, and it would be really cool to also then translate the game into a bunch of different languages, which we'd like to do.
So I see a bunch of questions being asked about like, oh, how many party members can you have? So I realized when I was talking to some of the partners that there might have been a bit of kind of confusion based on how we called these. And so while these are dungeons, they're more akin to, I would say, like Albion Online's open world dungeons in that they are not instanced, they are not player limit capped, party capped. You can think of these more as of like world bosses that are in a cave or in a ruin. And so these are not instanced, and they're not like something you have to make a party and go into. That's kind of part of the spirit of Bitcraft is that like the world is not full of these like instanced dungeons and raids that you're like going, you're like not able to see other players in the world. That's kind of part of the DNA of Bitcraft is to have this shared world. And so the encounters are designed in a way with the new contribution based loot that it should be kind of more akin to, I would say, like Guild Wars 2 meta events or Final Fantasy 14's Fates, where it's kind of like you get a whole bunch of people fighting together and people are going to kind of reach contribution thresholds that are going to kind of earn you personal loot. So if another group of players joins you while you're in the dungeon, you're not like, oh wow, these people are crashing our playthrough. It's like, oh, more people are going to join and fight the boss together, and then we're all gonna get loot. And so there's still a few things that we have planned to kind of make that even more durable to kind of all the situations, so that it's kind of fair and you're always happy to see other players, but the foundations are kind of already there.
Let me also say, Bitcraft is designed to be a game where if you've been playing for a year and your friend joins a year later, you guys should be able to go do combat together to some degree, right? Like that is it's not meant to be. Oh, I need to catch up on all of the previous content so that I can go do that. That is what all the other progression in the game is for, and that's why we think progression is very very important. But progression in combat um, needs to be maybe a little bit more item based, maybe a little bit more um, accessible to new players. That's kind of the goal.
Cool. So I think I just got the word that we're going to open the dungeon any second now. So there's quite a lot of people here. I will say this was designed to be done in groups of like 4 to 8 for around tier 3. I think there's a lot of people with gear above tier 3, and there's also a lot more than 8 people here. So we'll see. I think this is going to be hopefully a fairly easy clear, but the boss is also not a pushover. So, we'll see what happens.
Well, I want to see somebody Leroy Jenkins, which I have no doubt will happen. Is there going to be a party system?
We do want to add parties at some point, but it's not the top priority. I think the more important social feature that we're planning to add is custom chat channels. So you'll be able to like create a custom chat channel and invite whoever you want to it. Kind of like I think that there's plenty of other games that have these like custom chat channel, like clan chats and stuff like that. But I think eventually we'll add parties to the game. I think it's just a convenient way to be able to like share permissions and have like a ephemeral group chat. Oh, we're in.
We're in.
All right. Well, all right, these enemies are gonna be made short work of. There's a lot of people here. Oh my goodness.
For a repel elixir, possibly I think it's more like civilization is what makes the enemies go away, rather than you going out there. So you want to go and civilize things, maybe make a road and stuff. 300 players versus dungeon. A question we got is, how often will they respawn, for example, if they're not instanced?
The enemies or the dungeons?
Or what? Both.
The enemies don't respawn until the dungeon's completed.
Right.
And then the dungeon will reset after it's been completed, and then everything respawns. I'm curious if anyone's going to gather this stuff, or everyone's just going to run past it. Oh, someone's going for it. I'm curious if people are exploring some of the side rooms, or everyone's just running straight through. People are just leaving the packs behind. To the boss, everyone's trying to get to the boss.
A little bit of a portal to light.
This does feel like it feels like we're truly raiding this dungeon, I have to say.
It's not even close. Is there a material in the dungeon that's the same tier as that dungeon? Can I get all tier 5 mats in a tier 5 dungeon, for example? All glory to the
I don't know if I understand the question exactly. There's both tiered and untiered loot that you can get in these dungeons, and yeah, this is a tier 3 dungeon, so the tiered loot is generally tier 3, but some of it can be advanced after that.
Very good question. Sorry, what counts as contribution? For example, does taking damage count as a contribution?
Currently, only dealing damage counts, but that is going to be expanded on in the future, I guess.
William Antonelli says, do you plan on releasing a public API so players can keep track of statistics and make cool things? Public API is already available. Maybe perhaps a little too public, according to some feedback that we've gotten. So we're looking to actually rein it in a little bit, but go for it. You can go to town right now. Is there any more progress in making specialized settlements? We've been working on that.
That's something that's coming in the future. We're like in the
it's planned.
Relatively near future. It's something that we're working on now.
I think that's really important because that'll allow, a small settlement like that's part of the dream that we haven't been able to realize is that like small mining village in the mountains that's known specifically for mining, and I think it's part of the dream. Or, farming or what have you.
Oh. Oh my gosh, they've already got it at half health. Oh. People are getting killed, though. I see people on the ground already.
Good thing he's AoE.
Oh,
He's gonna
here
need
it
it.
comes.
He's gonna need it.
Uh,
I don't think it's gonna make it.
there's way too many people. Oh my god, they already got him. Did anyone get any good loot?
I like how you guys are always balancing the game, being like, there's no way that people are gonna be able to do this, and then like 800 people show up on screen and wreck it.
Yeah, let me see. Maybe we can
Goose the numbers.
yes, I wonder. Reduce the cooldown, the reset. Let me just see. Yeah, because I feel it's kind of sad if people have to. I mean, I think an hour is probably like a long-term good value for this, but it is. I know probably some people are more keen to try it in a more challenging setting.
You could maybe even
it
set
is.
it to be 0, to be honest, for now.
The challenge is, I think now the state's been created, so it's not just a static data change at this point. But
Right.
let me see what we can possibly do.
Have y'all seen Mount Test Land? It's beautiful. I have not actually personally seen that. Any progress in making settlement or empire message boards? We'd like to do that. You guys have a lot of amazing ideas. Any progress on Tier 5 wood in R9, Mr. Tyler Bitcraft? I mean, the idea, we wanted to make it so certain places had stuff and certain other places did not have stuff. But the thing is, that kind of requires specialized places a bit. And trade. Consider a free-to-play weekend. The game will eventually be free-to-play. Please don't limit the amount of dungeons we can do. Right, MMOs that have done that, my favorite thing in Ice. Maybe my favorite thing in Nightmare.
Yes.
Right now it feels like the Windy Plains is nothing. Do we plan to add bridges? Oh, the bridge question. Yes.
The
It's detailed.
bridges that we are adding are basically gondolas. Is essentially, they're functionally what people are essentially asking for in bridges, and those are in the works.
Oh, yeah. I will also throw out there, it's important. Bitcraft Online on Steam is 20% off right now. We're running a sale as part of Steam's like daily deal situation. You don't often go on sale, as you guys know, so if you're looking to try the game, it might be a good time. And I will also say, if you guys have enjoyed the game, it would be very meaningful for you guys to drop a review in Steam. That's always extremely helpful, especially for other players to be able to see the game and try it out and keep the game alive. That's really great stuff.
I see people asking about how we can tell about the dungeon, and I believe we should be able to see here. I think because there's still people inside, it's not showing it yet, but once it's finished collapsing, we'll see a reset timer here, which will let us know. Yeah, that is quite a few people here.
Oh, I didn't notice that they're on the hexagon grid.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Yes. I'm curious if some of the other dungeons have like not been done yet. I believe, let me see here. I believe there was one vague, I think over here by this thing. Let me see if I can
Georgia?
teleport over here.
There's one by your claim, Minch. Telleril says.
I know. It's this coordinates, I think. Let me see if I can.
T7 food plus when? T7 plus food when? We are really working on a lot of stuff. I assume there's actually a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, this is pretty small. Why don't you guys add that? And it's like, yes, we would. There's actually 100 of those, maybe more like 1,000. So basically, we want to do that. You have to relog.
I do when I GM warp myself.
Really, I don't
Like that.
have to do that typically. Is that
If you do it through the way that I did it, you have to do it.
Gotcha.
Oh, I made a mistake.
Oh, because of
Steam is down. All right, well,
Invalid Steam off ticket. Team
thank you.
Cherry strikes again. Imagine being so popular, other people can't even play their own games they've already bought. By the way, we're paying 30% to Steam. You'd think it would work when we need it to. That's the plan. That's the deal. They get a crap ton of money, but it works. Is the idea. If it ain't work, we not happy. Where are we on specific storage permissions?
I would say if you want to use specific storage permissions now, player housing is the best way to do that. We are looking at adding that for claims, but it's not the top of the list right now. We're specifically trying to, I think when we look at the things, obviously there's things like that people want, but when we look at the things that are like really causing the game to not be satisfactory in ways right now, they're mostly around the gameplay, like the minute-to-minute kind of like gathering, crafting, Slayer as well, but hopefully now that's been improved.
There's a bunch of questions about Tier 5 wood. I think in Region 7.
I mean, I think we've already answered this several times, so which is why I haven't been answering it. When will R9 get a swamp? So it doesn't have a swamp. We're not just gonna like go in and like paint over the land that already has it. If you want, there's a swamp right next to it in Region 8 if you cross the boundary. I could see us maybe looking at some other source of Tier 5 wood that we might add to all regions or Region 9 in the future, but for right now, it's kind of in the same vein that some of the regions don't have all the biomes.
Maybe we could give, another thing we could do is give Region 9 something that the other regions don't have. Right.
Yes, well, they now have one extra dungeon, I think was something that the designers put in.
But I mean like a resource, so that everybody has to go to Region 9, and then we can sort of spur some trade across regions, inter-region trade.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware. Everyone telling me that there's Region 9 is the only one with no Tier 5 wood, I'm aware. It's not something that we can just easily fix once the world has been created, so... We're aware. Tier 4 mushrooms also aware of that. If I could just snap my fingers and fix these, we would have fixed these a long time ago. Any of these things that you guys are bringing up, we're aware of, and there's some sort of technical limitation or some underlying thing that needs to be done before we can solve these, basically. And so we're definitely aware of these. We need certain things to be done so that we can resolve those. So
Boom Yeti says, can you confirm that jute being extinct in planes is unintended and will be fixed? I don't think it's extinct.
So I depends what you mean by extinct. It's basically the higher tier resources. When I say higher tier, I mean tier 3 and above, don't guaranteed respawn in their local area. They exist on a global population. And so if you depopulate a high tier resource from a certain area, when you gather a resource, it can respawn anywhere in the world that's a valid spawn. And so if you have, say you have 3 areas and everybody's gathering in one area, eventually you're going to strip all the population from one area, and all the respawns will eventually over time be fully populated in the other. You'll have 100% of all the population split between 2 of the 3 places.
Another way to say that is it doesn't go extinct, it just moves. So
yes,
you gotta
the population shift. And so part of this is an intended mechanic so that building an outpost in an area that's untouched has motivation to do so, basically. Yes, it's to encourage people to spread on the map rather than like one small area.
Will we add roads to the map? That would be certainly something that we would want to do.
I mean, I think the roads are up to the players. I mean,
no, on the map.
Oh, visually on the map. Visually. Yeah, I definitely think that could be something we could add in some way.
It just it's a little bit trickier because of how changes we made to the map. but we
Yes,
can do it.
I have some thoughts of how we could do it, but it's probably not at the top of the list in the next like month or two.
Um,
We
literally cringe. Sorry, to literary
go ahead.
cringe. We would love to get some feedback on the Iron Man rules. I'm not sure if you saw that on Reddit, but I saw they did a big write up about like, hey, the game company's been very clear. The game is not meant to be a solo game, but if you want to do it, here are the unofficial rules about Iron Man mode. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I haven't
Okay.
seen the post or read the post, but I mean, I think broadly what you said is accurate. Like more so than other games. Like I think RuneScape is famous for having like the Iron Man game mode, and in RuneScape, the game is kind of already designed for you to do many of the skills or all the skills in your progression through the game. That playing it in Iron Man mode kind of makes sense. In Bitcraft, the game is designed from the ground up for you to cooperate with many other players. And so I think it kind of, well, in RuneScape, I think it kind of elevates the experience of the game. Like I play a RuneScape Iron Man, and I think it's like the better way to play the game. But in Bitcraft, I think it's kind of by definition the worst way to play the game. Like we've made a lot of decisions that's like, hey, this makes it better for group play, but worse for jack of all trades play, which is essentially what Iron Man is. So by all means, if you want to challenge yourself, do go for it. But it's definitely not what we're designing around, at least at the moment.
This person would love to see a specific game mode in they say 2 years, but you know who knows.
Like a label for your character that
Yeah,
like
for
kind
example,
of
same
enforces
kind
it.
of a situation. Yeah.
I don't think it would be that hard to implement, but it's also, like I said, not at the high priority. I think within 2 years that is
Well, it's also like,
if
well, what does Iron Man? I think I have to look at what the rules say again specifically because there's Iron Man and then there's Iron Man, and I have to remember what they actually are. I can pull
thought
them up on my.
the dungeon was somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. You can see it on the horizon over there. Well, we'll see. This one might have already been cleared out. It's cleared. Yeah, I'll have to let me check my map. For everyone asking about the reset timer, there's people in the background working on tweaking it so that we could do this. Also, it looks like there is no
Whoops.
water here. Why
Hold
is
up.
that?
Hold up. I don't know. We haven't seen this one in a long time. Must have been something about maybe you warping around. Could be. Although
Well, no,
you
I just
relogged.
logged in.
I don't know. It's very clear water. It's crystal clear. Very good drinking water.
Let me see if I can go in a cave or something to reload. Let me take a look and see if there's a dungeon somewhere that I can go to that might be uncleared.
Is there a market update planned? It seems like it really needs some love for how integral part of the game is. I'd love for you to be more specific with feedback on that. After wipe, when game will be released, will people get shards back? Will there be some bonuses for early players' titles? You get all the shards back. So it's just you can spend it in the beta, and then you can spend it again when the game is released. So no problem. I think there's a beta title. There's also there's a beta title we gave out as a stream reward, I believe.